Monster is a 2003 autobiographical drama written and directed by Patty Jenkins, documentizing the account of Florida serial killer Aileen Wuornos. Now, Aileen Wuornos, anyone that's not familiar with her, she was a prostitute who suffered from the battered woman syndrome, and enough bad things got to her, like enough psychological and mental and physical drama. I mean, abuse got to her, and she kills a slew of Johns, and steals their money, tries to make a better life for her. She's been now I'm not sure exactly how much of the film is real. I do know that there's a large portion of it that isn't real. It's just made up for dramatization's sake. It says in the film that Aileen started getting molested by a family's friend at age 8. So yeah, from age 8 until her prison sentencing, she's been a victim nonstop to physical and sexual abuse. And when she starts prostitution, like the movie doesn't show. I mean, like it's briefly touched upon as to like her before prostitution. It's very briefly touched upon. I think that was a good move because prostitution is like one of the lowest things that someone can do to earn a living at, and yeah, I just thought that, the movie does show some scenes of Aileen trying to get legitimate jobs, but I just thought that the movie should have done a bet. Like the movie does show like briefly how she got into prostitution, but I just thought that the movie didn't do a good job in showing why. It's more of like, okay, she wanted to be loved. She wasn't smart enough. There she goes into that. Now I just thought that there should have been more details touched upon with that. So, yeah, she resides in Florida, and the majority, like, the movie is basically an LGBTQ film. She meets this lesbian named Selby, who's played by Christina Ricci, and yeah, she's living with some family friends, and everyone, like, her family friends and her normal parents are not all accepting that she is a lesbian, and Aileen is she's thinking about becoming a lesbian herself because of all the bad experiences that she's had with men. And yeah, they both want people to actually understand them. And there's this relationship that grows between them, and it's quite wonderful. It's a lot better than what you might think. And yeah, there's just these two lost souls, and they're like nobody understands them except for each other. And once Aileen meets Selby, that's really when she's determined to better everything. And when she kills her first John, purely out of self-defense, that is, her she mentally starts to deteriorate even more because she's more paranoid about getting caught, and yeah, things just get worse and worse for her because she suffers from battered woman syndrome, which is a legitimate thing. And yeah, you could look up on YouTube the real Aileen Wuornos and see just how identical Charlize Theron is to her. Theron ended up gaining like 30 pounds or 40 pounds roughly for this role. Really thinned out her eyebrows, put on a lot of makeup, and yeah, really drastically changed her appearance in order to make the beautiful woman that she is look more scummy. And yeah, I just thought that I thought that Charlize Theron did give what was probably the best performance. No, not without no, not even the probably the best. It is the best performance of 2003. I wouldn't call it one of the best films of 2003, but definitely the best performance. Probably even the best performance of the decade. Her and Daniel Day-Lewis for There Will Be Blood. Two of the best film performances of the decade. And so when I'm watching it, yeah, it is a very depressing film, but it's too well done for me to really bash. I can't bash this film at all. The only reason why I don't think that's quite up to par with something like Boys Don't Cry from 1999 is this one has loads of many plot holes in it, and you can tell that some things were dramatized. Boys Don't Cry, I'm sure, there's also some fabrications in it, but they did a good job of masking that. And also with Monster, it seems less profound than Boys Don't Cry did. Yeah, that lack of something being profound, that's what made Boys Don't Cry so amazing. So, yeah, I did think that this was a very well done film. Best film performance of the decade. And I was thinking about what score I would give it. I'm going to give Monster a marginal 4-star score.